At the height of its power, Germany controlled most of Europe and all of North Africa, but no man was as feared by the Nazis as Leo Major. Born in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Leo Major moved to Canada very early on. He didn't get along with his father, so he instead lived with his aunt. In fact, the only reason Major did join the war was because he wanted to prove to his dad that he was someone to be proud of. One of Major's first accomplishments in the war was capturing a German armored vehicle called the Hanomag that contained communication equipment and secret codes that was vital for the Allied codebreakers' efforts to decode German intelligence during the war. Unfortunately for Major, while he was on patrol, he encountered a squad of elite German SS troops, killing 4, but one of the soldiers ignited a phosphorus grenade that took the vision in one of his eyes. After being sent to the hospital for his eye, he requested to be sent back to the front lines, saying, "I was a sniper, I still have one good eye and can still shoot." He also told his fellow comrades that he liked his eye patch, and it made him look like a pirate. Later in the war, the truck he was riding in ran over a landmine, blowing him 50 feet in the air and breaking his arm, 3 vertebrae, and both his ankles. When he was told he would be sent home, he escaped the hospital and went AWOL until he was healthy enough to rejoin his comrades. Major did not let any of his injuries stop him. While on a routine recon mission alone, he spotted 2 Germans walking. He captured the first, intending to use him to capture the second, but he ended up killing the second when he went for his gun. Major captured the SS officer, and in turn all 100 soldiers at the garrison surrendered. Major led all 100 prisoners through German fire back to the Canadian front lines. For this, he was chosen to be given a Distinguished Service Medal. His most notable actions in the war came when he single-handedly captured the city of Zwolle. He went on a recon mission with his good friend Willie Arsenal. Arsenal was killed by German fire when he accidentally gave away the position, and Major was enraged. He killed 2 of the Germans and decided to take the city himself. He found an SS officer and told him Canadian artillery was going to begin at 6 a.m. After letting the officer go to hopefully tell the Germans how their position was hopeless, he began to run around throwing grenades and firing a submachine gun to fool the Germans to think that there was an attack coming. As Germans were mobilizing, Major would capture groups of them at a time and escort them back to Allied lines. He did this about 8 to 10 times before setting the Gestapo building on fire and entering the SS headquarters, killing 4 officers. Among all this carnage, he discovered a plan by the SS to infiltrate the resistance, so his actions not only liberated the city, but also foiled an SS plan to infiltrate the resistance. He accepted his first Distinguished Service Medal for this. His second Distinguished Conduct Medal was given to him during the Korean War after he led a counterattack against the Chinese. Hill 355 was a critical point because it oversaw everything around it. Major led an 18-man team and silently creeped up the hill until he was directly in the middle of the Chinese forces. He gave the order to open fire, and the confused Chinese forces eventually retreated. They launched the counterattack with around 14,000 men, and Major stayed on the hill despite being ordered to retreat with his men and held the hill against the Chinese forces. Despite suffering from multiple injuries, Major did not let any of that stop him. He pushed forward for his comrades and for a bigger purpose. Major is a clear example of how the only thing that can stop you from doing what you want is you.